what that means? And I'm just like,
We were going to see cats.
Oh no!
She was like, people on the internet are saying that it's like really horny, and I'm just like, oh god.
And we were frozen up from that because we were like, what a thing to say, Krista's mom.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't know how to respond to that. It's my mom.
And she was under the impression because of that you didn't know what horny meant and wanted to explain it to you.
She thought that's why I had frozen up. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, my mic wasn't working for some reason. I will.
Hey.
What up, my mechas?
Mechas?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the
don't
term that we
don't
call
do that.
That's the term we call each other.
No.
It's too.
No, I forgot.
I'm gonna give a hard no.
Nothing that ends in an A or an R.
So in a game I'm on on Saturdays, in the setting that we're in, there are these animal people. So they have this like they basically have this like DNA curse / affliction that's like a nanovirus like DNA editing thing. And so the nanobots have like they have animal DNA sequences, and so
the furries.
Yes, basically, they're not as anthropomorphized as furries are. They're like they're like cat girls. They're like humans with animal characteristics. So anyway, they're called demi-humans. But when they originated, they were...
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, you have a lot of static.
Yeah, there's a lot of static.
Okay.
Are you like...
Did it go away now?
Yourself right now? Because it sounds like you're in the shower.
No. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm using the same headset I used last week, but when I plug my headset in, the microphone doesn't work. And then I pull it out and everything was fine.
Huh.
So, I don't know.
Weird.
You didn't mess with the settings on your computer or anything, did you?
No, I haven't touched any of the Zencaster or microphone settings on my computer.
Weird.
Your headphones getting old?
No, they're pretty new. Like less than a year old.
Weird. Maybe... So you said it was your headphones that weren't working?
I guess. I mean, I could maybe try plugging in a separate pair of headphones, like earbuds or something, I guess. Yeah. But does the audio sound all right now through just the computer?
There's like a soft static for me.
There's a soft little static. It sounds like
far
away.
Hold on, let me try turning my...
Okay,
I think I know what that might be. We have a dehumidifier on. Let me turn down my microphone booster, and maybe that'll help get rid of it.
Okay. So while he's doing that, anyway, so in this setting, in my Game Master setting, it's like they're called demi-humans, right? But they started out the virus that created them, that mixed their sequence with regular humans. It started out like they were uncontrollable monsters, and then they slowly evolved to be normal. Like they're normal now. But back in the day when they were uncontrollable monsters, people called them Teleram, which was associated with the Teller, who was like the big entropy demon, extra-dimensional demon bad guys that caused the virus. And so eventually to call them Teleram in more modern times when they're just normal people was like a slur. And so that's what it reminded me of when Johnny said Mecha. I was like, oh god, that just reminds me of when we were like, yo, what up, my Tella? It's like, no. Not
okay. Not approved for the public.
Yeah. And yeah, my GM would basically be like, "Oh, this character's really racist, Dad. I'm gonna make him use the word teleram and stuff." And everyone goes, "Ooh, no."
That's what D&D sounds like. Yeah. Ooh, no.
Okay. So Delansky, there was just when I would.
Is there still some static or?
No. And I was hearing some
Okay.
echo of myself through your mic, but I'm not anymore, so I think it's okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we should be good then,
Yeah,
right?
I think we're good. I think.
Is
Okay, just don't
Raylan
say
here?
that. So that
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. She was just very quiet.
I'm sleepy. I just woke up from a nap.
Yeah, I
That
woke up
sounds
from a
nice.
nap like 20 minutes ago. It's like, ugh. All right. So, great. 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 Yeah. Okay. So I think we are good to go here in a minute.
Gonna be our worst episode yet. Let's go.
Okay, so last time we basically met this hot chick, and then Starfire started getting angsty about it. Did she? Or did she buy in too?
Oh no, she got angsty about it.
Not yet.
Starfire got angsty about it.
Well, she's got problems.
She does. It's true. As all people do, and she's still not sure what she thinks about the potential of Raven. Doing it with her sister.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you guys want
We're
to
not doing it. I don't want to make assumptions.
I don't know how to play a sexual character, so
Just over like everything.
Wait, do you not?
I don't know. I read online that Raven's asexual, and I'm sticking to it.
That's probably
It was a fan theory, and I want it.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
But I might still make her bi.
If you don't know what you're doing,
But-
just pretend to be a
but-
Be bi and ace.
child.
By romantic?
Yeah.
But what about the Beast Boy Raven ship?
I
That
said
some
bi,
people
didn't I?
don't like. You what?
I said bi, didn't I?
Yes,
Actually, that wasn't a ship in the original cartoon.
I know.
It was supposed to be like a brother and sister, but it was canonized in Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think that's a totally legitimate diversion point.
Raven and Blackfire, though. The
Hey.
ship that's never been done.
I mean,
Honestly, don't let her leave. Like, in character, I want her out of here, but like, keep. Like,
oh, I have ideas. Okay, anyway, so I didn't think about this at all because I've been a creature of pure soreness and congestion for the last 3 days. But does anyone have a good question for the beginning of this, or do you want to skip question and just go straight into shit?
What is the
I
meaning
thought
of
of
life?
one a long time ago. Wait, what did you say?
So, what is the meaning of life? That's my question.
What is the meaning of
I
life?
demand answers.
Okay.
That's boring. No, I'm kidding.
I feel like in every fantasy world, the DM should actually know what it is in universe.
That's a good point, and I feel very inadequate again. Reminded of the fact that my game master for my Saturday games probably has an answer for that in his universe. It's probably something very secular, but like, hey, yeah, it probably has an answer.
Jonathan Dixon, what is the meaning of life in our other campaign?
All right, cold open,
I'm
cold
going to
open.
pretend like I actually know and say, I think you'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Wow, very vague. Very
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay.
you don't know. You'll come up with it next time.
sounds like the ending of a grown-up cartoon.
You should have just said 42.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I actually really
Yeah.
want to think about that because I think it's going to shape the way the game ends.
Meanwhile, Paul's over here like, great. Now I have to think of something for this.
I always think of something, or else effectively lie about thinking of something.
What is
Right.
the meaning of
So-
like corn dogs?
Okay.
I mean, corn dogs are pretty good. Not gonna lie.
What is the nature
are.
of the universe? Whatever. Go ahead. Sorry.
Entropy.
the nature?
I'm a big fan of the theory that the whole universe is just there is only one person in the universe, and it's one of the PCs, and the rest of the universe is just a dream of theirs.
So kind of like the simulation theory, but like more obscure.
Right. Well, some famous philosopher came up with it a while back. I don't know. In D&D,
Yeah.
there's a whole what are they called? Anyway, there's a whole famous faction in Planescape that believes in it. All the people believe it, mind you. It's like a whole cult where every person believes they're the one.
I mean, I don't know. When I dream, it does feel like the people act independently of me. So, I mean, like, maybe.
Oh, I have a good question.
I
I have a good question. I won't tell anyone until we actually do this. So, all right.
I have a question too.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we do 2 questions or 3?
Wait, no.
I have a
I'm
question
sorry.
4.
I never got my question answered. I'm just saying.
About the meaning of the universe. Go to church
Meaning of
or
life,
something.
yeah.
I don't care. Watch a YouTube video. Like, fuck off with that
meaning-
question.
The meaning of life is to meaningfully portray Starfire, because look at this angel.
Yes. Okay.
But I'm Raven.
Well, then you failed. You made a wrong
No.
choice. Only I'm in
I'll
the
just-
King of Heaven.
I'll just leave.
You know, I meant to say Kingdom of Heaven, but I said King of Heaven, and I can't change that now.
Do I actually have to
Shaman
portray
King.
Cyborg in the personality given by the TV show? Or can I go like Uber Paladin, or, you know...
He's pretty lawful. I mean, he's like the elder brother that's always like trying to like keep Robin on track when Robin is like getting all angsty and shit. So
No, I guess what I mean is like in this episode, I'll be like, no, Beast Boy, it's obvious you have a sexual attraction to this person, and I want to stand up to you and say that that's not a good thing inside of our team.
whoa.
You should check yourself, boy.
Cyborg having an identity crisis is an interesting way. This is possibly inadvertently been proceeding the entire time.
What if
Well, he keeps.
what if the robot half of Cyborg is a woman?
That'd be
I like
awesome.
it.
I'd be down for that.
It is
He
a
has a
female
robot
AI.
and a robot vagina.
Oh,
What if
no.
Cyborg has a robot vagina?
Does Cyborg have a robot or a penis, human penis?
Does he have a robot or a human penis?
I want to say that he can change if that area is mechanical, he could technically change his anatomy
Guys,
in that area.
I don't want to shock you, but I think we had this conversation last time.
Did
We
we?
did.
We're having it again. I was
Okay.
probably half asleep for it.
Zoe, what is your question? So we know it before you, or no, you're saving it.
But if someone has a better question, I'd like to hear. I was going to ask because I was thinking about the dream thing when people were talking about dreams. I was going to ask, what is the most like simulation breaking dream or the most startled by a dream you have ever been, if you can think of something and if you are willing to share it.
Oh,
I
that's a
like.
good-
I just now realized you were talking about questions for the podcast
Yeah.
and not just general questions.
Yeah, no, this is just the
I
lots
thought
of
you were
questions
answering our questions
podcast.
for us
Okay.
before we start.
Well,
There
That's
gather
how
are,
half
around my
asleep I am.
children. Gather around my children, and I will answer all of your questions about the world.
Because that changes my question completely.
I see.
I mean,
The question,
go ahead.
the question that I had was one I thought about a while ago. I was thinking, what is the most? Oh, did my computer? Oh, it didn't shut off. what is the most obscure interest that you have that you think no one knows about?
That is a good one, but
I
have a good
media
question.
Like,
I have a good and funky question.
yeah.
What stereotypical tropey character are you in a horror film?
That's pretty good.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
It is.
I looked at
it is.
Cloverfield sitting on my TV stand, and I'm like,
I would probably be the
Yeah.
nerdy character.
I
All
know
right,
like
exactly
so-
which character.
Says the entire
Don't
party.
answer yet. Yeah. That's a pretty good one because it was just Halloween. So
Exactly.
although this won't be released for a couple weeks after that, but that's fine.
But we can talk like it's Halloween still.
Yeah.
And you know what? People pretend it's Christmas already, so
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is a good question. I like all those questions.
Are we doing all of them or doing one of them?
I don't want this to be. I don't want the opening portion to be 20 minutes
that's too
long.
many. We could save them for later episodes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know the answer to all of these.
He knows the answer to all of them.
Yeah. Well, they're personal. They're all personal questions, so you know.
Let's. Gosh, I don't know. I guess let's do the horror movie one, and then next time I'll tell you my scary
relevant.
dream. Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Teen Titans Roll, a Mind Theater Media podcast. I am Joey Johnson, your Dungeon Master, but if you've listened starting from the first episode, then you know that. So we're going to start with a little question as we go around for everyone. The question today is Charlie's question. Why don't you deliver the question as you phrased it?
So if you were in a horror movie, what tropey stereotypical character would you be? Am I supposed to answer?
All right.
Too?
Yeah. Why don't you?
Joey,
start?
you go first. I was gonna
snap.
say Joey. No.
Oh God,
You exist.
this is.
Put
this
the
is
DM
mutiny.
on the spot.
Yeah, I asked you a question, Joey.
Yeah, I guess I don't. Which trope character would I be?
And take your time thinking about it and saying a lot, because we can take it out in post.
You mean I can take it out in post?
And then he said for 5 minutes straight.
And then he said a lot of obscene stuff, and if you heard it, you wouldn't want to listen to the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. So, I think I would probably be... So, I haven't watched a ton of classic horror movies. I've watched some shows, and I've watched some scary shows from the 80s and 90s and stuff. And I've watched some I've watched Stranger Things. Ooh, look how unique I am. I feel like I would be
Would it help if someone listed tropes?
No, because we got to pull our own
Okay,
out.
yeah, just go ahead.
So
Pull it
you
out
know
of your
that
butt.
you know that character type that is the ex-boyfriend of one of the main characters who
Yes.
is nosy and jealous and gets involved in the plot because he's nosy and jealous, but usually he's just killed because of his dipshittery.
Yes.
In Stranger Things, that character ended up being sort of cool and badass and
Like
a
the best
very
character.
weird, yeah, the best character.
Spoilers?
But whatever, it's been out for 2 years more. But but I feel like I would just be the more classic conception of that, where it's just and he gets involved because he's following his ex-girlfriend around because he's jealous and he wants to beat up the dude or whatever. And I don't know why I conceptualize myself in such a horrible, petty way. Either that or the nerd. But I feel like I'd be someone in a movie that would die first.
Okay,
and I can't say. Yeah, I can't say I'd be the black character because that wouldn't be true.
So first answer to that is I would be a creepy stalker who dies.
Well,
That's what Joey said.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
I get it,
if
though.
I were, yeah, I don't know why like my brain like conceptualized the answer to the question in like, okay, so who would the director of this weird alternate reality where you are a person living in a horror movie world, who would they cast you as? And that's how my brain answered the question.
No, that makes sense. That's a good way to conceptualize.
Valid.
So I guess there's some weird. My brain is a weird arbitrary god.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So now that we got Joey to answer that, let's start playing.
Fuck you.
All right, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, whatever I am stems. I am a very much a peacemaker character archetype. Whatever I do, so it's gonna go in one of two directions, and it all depends on if there's a clear leader. If there's a clear leader somewhere else, I am going to become the jokester. I'm the guy who sits in the back, either complaining or making snide remarks, basically trying to distract everybody from the horror that's going on, and also putting myself at ease. However, if there is no leader, I'm the guy that steps into that role and has the cool logic and tries to get everybody to do what he's doing, but never actually succeeds. He just is there being hyper logical, and nobody goes along with it.
So you're the cameraman from Cloverfield.
Basically.
That's pretty good. I like that.
One way or another, I'm trying to pull everybody together and alleviate things and get us to think clearly, but it's probably not going to work out so well.
Yeah,
So when you're the jokester, it's like a strategic jokester. Yeah.
Somebody's definitely yelling at you about how you need to take this more seriously.
Yep.
And it's not me, because I'm a different trope.
What trope is that?
So, you know when there's this really loud sound outside, like a big thump, and everyone's like, oh my god, what was that? Oh my god, did you guys hear that? I'm the one who's the first person to be like, I'm gonna go check it out. And then I probably die, so. Because I'm like that in real life.
You're the one who dies like right at the beginning of the movie.
Everyone's like, oh, I don't think we should go over there. And I'm like, I'm gonna go over there.
No, it's true. She's like, I want to check it out.
I am 100% that person, and it translates perfectly to horror movies.
Can we not go over there? And you're like, no, we're going over there.
Hey, this is
usually like, you don't have to go over there, but I'm going over there.
Hey, I think homeless people live under this bridge.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna throw a rock into the woods.
We're not making this up.
Yeah, this is true. What? Sure. We didn't go to a bridge in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, I can see two possible paths. If it's supernatural horror, I'm probably the guy who like brought it here. Like they're like, don't do the thing and don't read the book loudly or whatever because we're out.
Isn't that
Beetlejuice 3 times in a row?
And I'm like, but I want to know though.
But Paul, isn't that just like wish fulfillment?
What do you
for
mean?
you to say that?
No, I'm very aware that one of my own fatal Shakespearean flaws is my curiosity.
Rip.
Yeah.
So
and
similarly, you and I are both the curious ones, just in different manners.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the like more secluded curious, whereas I'm the brave, outward curious.
Us all dying is probably my fault, because I said that, like the sort of like the boyfriend in Paranormal Activity.
Don't compare yourself to him.
I know I'm not.
He's
I'm not like him.
terrible.
I don't want to say that, but like that archetype.
Yeah,
Everybody who
it's-
died in Paranormal Activity deserved it.
Yeah.
it's interesting because it's similar to to the trope that I thought of, where it's like, oh, like our character flaw is what causes like the bad thing. Like usually the trope that like I brought up was like follows the boyfriend, ex-boy, or the ex-girlfriend and person. Oh, or who knows how it goes, but is like to the thing and like messes up the shit that they're doing to like stop the ritual or whatever, and
Yeah.
fucks everything up because of his own like jealousy and pettiness.
Yeah. So together,
And
Joey and I
ignorance.
caused the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The other thing that I could potentially be, depending on the makeup of the movie, is my B choice is being the mean girl.
The mean girl.
The mean girl, like in the Jason movie, who's like, you
Yes.
protagonist girl, you wear glasses, you're disgusting, get out of here. And then I
No, you're right.
You heard it, folks. I'm right.
And then his fiance said, "No, that's right."
We know what I'm about.
All right.
I'm left.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of being the last one, I think I would probably be the cute main girl who would be the final girl who would survive.
Yeah, you have final girl energy. I can see it.
I don't
agree.
want to brag, but
Yeah, that was just like a very narcissistic answer, but we all were like nodding our heads.
it's really true though.
Wait, what
Thank you.
about
I'm the virgin.
The virgin.
There you heard it, all internet. All right. What about other John?
Boy.
Jonathan?
Hello.
John.
Oh.
Probably somewhere in between, like. Oh, geez.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Probably somewhere in between, like,
Oh, jeez, Rick.
the nerdy
Oh, geez,
kid
Batman.
and like that one who like never says anything for the whole movie, but then like at the very end he's had the key the whole time and like nobody knew about it. He's just like,
Yeah.
what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, he, like-
and they're going, why did you say anything?
Or he
and my response is just, well, you didn't ask. Like,
Well, nobody has.
yeah. Or he has like the like specialty skill that like you
Yeah.
need. Like everyone's like, oh shit, who can like pick this lock, or like who knows how to weld or some shit, and he's
I
like
know,
just
like-
raises his hand. They're all like, what?
My brain. I know this isn't comparable, but I'm just imagining the ice bear from We Bare Bears.
Yeah.
Consider appreciating Ice Bear.
Consider appreciating Ice Bear, one of the greatest cartoon characters.
All right. Okay. So now that we have that out of the way, we're warmed up, and I am feeling the effects of the magical orange medical juice Dayquil. That's not a sponsor.
Dayquil, the
fun.
sponsor of this episode.
But
Hey,
I
kids, Have you
I
ever
really
thought
wish it
about
was.
Have you ever thought about taking Dayquil while playing Raid Shadow Legends?
Yeah.
Get your new character now.
Honestly, if Dayquil wants to sponsor, I'll link the our business email is mindtheatermedia@gmail.com.
That goes for any
Shoot me
sponsor, right?
Yeah. But cold medicine is good. I have more than the recommended dose within a 4-hour period.
Oh,
Let's go.
okay.
You got ourselves
All right.
a badass over here.
So let's begin our episode of Teen Titans roll. All right. So, last time, for where you guys left off, you all were in a triumphant pose, and Blackfire had just inspired everyone to go and fight a common enemy together, culminating in Starfire agreeing and smashing the alien probe that you guys had been studying. So that is kind of your setup. Yeah.
What was the who did I think was invading our planet?
Yeah, it's the
Because I don't spend all my time outside of this podcast being Starfire. I don't remember.
The Gordanians.
The Gordanians, right.
Gordanians.
The Gardenias.
Yeah, we think the Gordanian because we found out that they were tracking female Tamaraneans, right? So I'm like, oh, there's those slavers at it again.
Yeah, essentially. So yeah, there may have been more cyborg you could have learned from this probe, but Starfire just punched a big hole in it.
Oh.
I will give you this for your time studying it.
Yeah.
If as you were looking over it, you did realize there was kind of a structural flaw with it, where if someone by luck or by knowledge of this flaw were to hit it in the correct fashion, it would be very damaging. So essentially, because you have more intimate knowledge of this, when you fight a creature like this, you can treat um, um, you can treat hits as well. You know, if a person were to hit this spot exactly, it would do double critical damage to this thing. The whole system would collapse essentially. You could probably take out one of these things in a single hit. For you, because you have knowledge of this thing, you can treat attempts to strike this weak spot as auto hits. Not auto crits, but auto hits.
Nice.
Yeah. Because you essentially know the weak point. Now, it would take another person having either hit the spot or similarly studied the creature to do this. So I'm just going to give that benefit to Cyborg.
All right.
All right.
I might try explaining it to one of the others and just not get anywhere with it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the stuff you'd need to explain it is like all smashed to bits. So It's not yeah. But
you tried to explain it to Beast Boy, and I'm like, eh?
Beast
Yeah.
Boy, look at this place right here. Giant seam, hundreds of electronic things in it, but you gotta hit it from the side, or else it won't hit the sciatic node, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah!
I got distracted. There were ants on the ground. What?
Just go play some video games or something.
Oh, okay.
Where's Blackfire? She needs to know this weakness.
She says, oh, a weakness. That's very useful, I'm sure, but I'm not sure that I can learn it in the state this probe is in.
Oh, come on, you know all about this kind of thing. I'm sure you could grasp it.
Oh, well, that's very flattering, Cyborg, but I'm not all. I don't know everything about alien technology. The space is a big place.
Alright, well, that's okay. If I see another one, I'll just punch it for you.
Raven, when she says that, she kind of diverts her eye contact from Cyborg for like a fraction of a second.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
Do I notice?
Roll. What's your passive insight?
How the fuck should I know?
It's 10 plus your whatever bonus you'd have to insight. So since I think you have, it'd be your wisdom if you don't. I don't think you have the skill.
Am I basically checking if she's lying? Is that what's happening?
What I'm saying is you get a weird sense. You could probably that she's not being entirely truthful. She's withholding something. You could try to press her more if you chose.
Passive insight would be 11.
Okay. No, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Starfire.
I kind of narrow my eyes at her very obviously, like, until she notices.
All right. Let me roll perception.
The script just reads beat.
Yeah. Okay. She eventually looks as everyone's kind of discussing things and plans, she eventually does meet your gaze and kind of gives an awkward little side smile.
I'm gonna let it be for now, but if I catch her lying again, I might say something.
Alright.
Yo, Blackfire, you want another soda?
Oh, I would love a pre-battle soda. Thank you.
The Beast Boy, why are you not taking this seriously? The Gordanians are here. We must go out into the city and find them.
I mean, yeah. I just okay. I didn't know we were leaving like right now.
Are we not? I look at Robin.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Sorry, I was confused about the time frame.
So yeah, this is the part where the brilliant superhero team comes up with a plan.
So we wait. I shouldn't come up with a plan. I'm Starfire.
What if I'm not a brilliant person? My character might be brilliant, but I am not.
You can ask me questions then.
What is
Yeah.
the
So
meaning
what
of
do we
life?
know, and what is our approach to this? Like
And
where?
what does Robin think we should do here?
Put him on the spot. Why don't you?
Listen, he's Robin.
This is his role. I was like, whoever wants to be Robin,
see,
and I was like,
let's go investigate and see if we can find the Gordanians for Starfire.
Oh yeah.
Starfire.
Can we get like a lowdown of what we know so far?
Yeah.
Little spark notes.
sure. So you know, all right. So you know about this this probe attacked. You know it has a kind of, I think last time I said like a low orbit range. It's probably more accurate to say like a solar system sub solar system range. So you could send out probes like this to investigate a couple planets within a system at a time, depending on how far away the planets are in said solar system. But that narrows kind of down the range of how far these things could go. You knew it had a signal that it was broadcasting. Now that signal is dead now because Starfire crushed it.
Right.
But it did have a signal, and you knew it was searching for a female Tamaranean on this planet. So yeah, it was its search parameters. You guys believe that it could be the Gordanians, who are slavers.
Oh, I know
in
it's
Black.
Gordanians.
All right. And
Do we
so,
have any
yeah.
leads as to where to? I mean, the signal is gone, so we can't like trace it.
Can the cyborg trace the signal?
I can sure try.
Yes, if you would like, you may try to repair one system. It's going to be difficult because this thing has been destroyed. I would say make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
All right, so I'm not doing something mundane. I actually have to go through this device. All right,
Yes.
let's try and fix it. My mending spell will help. Dun, 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 dun. Rolling a d20 now.
All right.
That is this a Arcana check or?
Yes. Go ahead and roll again. See if you get lower.
Okay. Nope.
All right.
That's a 9 plus 6, 7, 8. So that's a 17.
A 17. You will get a little device that has the signal, but it's very shortly proximity based. So when you basically, I'll say you'll be within, the signal is very weak.
Right.
So you're going to have to be within a non-arbitrarily close distance, I'll just say that, to the receiving end of this signal before you know where it is. But you basically do have a little handheld antenna thing that you can probably start running around town or flying around with to try to pick up on the signal.
Hey guys, I've rigged up a short-range detection device. I'll be able to tell when it's close by us. So all we've got to do is get within range of it, and we'll know it's there.
So we simply must search the entire city.
Well, yes, but we if it's hiding behind a trash can or something, we'll know it.
Well, city perhaps. Cyborg, you at least would know it. Probably more it might be city. It could more be continent, and it's possible it'd be planet.
I was gonna say, what if the signal came from space?
I see.
Oh. Yes, it may have come from space. It probably came from space.
Alright, so when I press this button, we'll know if it's currently in this city. I reach over and I press the button.
All right. You wait for a moment. The little reticule starts to spin. Nothing at the moment.
Oh. Maybe it's in space somewhere. Maybe they're planning their attack from afar. We should set traps for them.
Do we have?
Hey, DM, can I go to space? Can I fly? Can I just fly up there?
Yes. Roll intelligence.
Okay. Let's see. That is going to be 19.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you can fly to space. You know that between the you know that these Earth governments get a little touchy when you fly in certain flight regions, and you know that it's kind of like it's a tight gridlock between the country you're in now, America, and the Justice League's low orbital watchtower monitoring. So you can definitely fly to space. It's not an issue of the physicality of it. It might be an issue you might want to ask someone like Robin for a second opinion about route, essentially.
Robin, I can fly to space and search for the Gordanians up there. Is that all right by your human customs?
I will roll. I will check through my database and find the quickest path for Starfire to get into space.
Okay, yeah, it's no issue. There's I kind of do want to make you roll for this. Roll
Investigation? All right.
Yes.
Would it be safe up there? I mean, there's aliens invading. I don't know if she should go by herself.
Please, I wish to be useful.
Man, I knew I should have been working on that flying machine.
You guys do have you do have your T ship, and you can retrofit it to be to have boosters to be capable of escape.
Oh, that's a nat 20 with a 26 total.
Okay, I really wanted you to roll a 1 and get in trouble with the FAA, but no, you manage to. So you know exactly what to do. Batman's been over this. He's done it a million times when Justice League missions happen or things like that, where basically you put in. It's not like a public thing. It's basically like a government allowed superhero allowance, like for like quick FAA clearance. Like they'll have things clear for everything soon. Now, granted, it's not super likely that a human-sized object flying through the air would even necessarily be picked up or
I mean,
worried
if they
about.
didn't pick up Blackfire coming here, then they probably will not pick up Starfire.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, you don't know what they picked up for Blackfire, but it's assumed that these things happen a lot of time. Not all superheroes ask, but they're very appreciative. It is technically the proper route, and they do have allowances for you to do things like this. The big deal would be like if you guys were launching in your T-Bird, like NASA and the FAA would like definitely want to know that. But you're good, and then the Justice League low orbit, it's just good for them to be aware in terms of like space
Yeah.
collision.
Well, then I will
concerns
fill out
and
all
stuff
the
like that.
necessary paperwork and
And-
legal forms that I need to Starfire to fly.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, you do it perfectly with the nat 20. There's no risk of you colliding with any space junk because you have live NASA feed on where that is, and everything's perfect. Damn it. Okay, so yeah, it should be fine for you to fly, for Starfire to fly up there.
Sister, do you wish to come with me?
She nods and she says, "Of course, sister. It shall be glorious."
Glorious. We shall work together to free this planet from the oppression of the Gordanians.
Indeed.
Yeah, I take Cyborg's little scanner thing,
All right.
and then I say, later, and I zoom into space.
Okay, so the Tamaranians have just flown off, flying off quickly into the sky. When they are a safe distance away, you see them accelerate until they are just, and you hear two huge as they break into a sonic boom, um, and head off towards the lower orbit. I will get back to you two in a moment. So, the rest of the team, is there anything you'd like to do while you wait for news from Starfire and Blackfire?
I am preparing for alien invasion.
Okay. How does Beast
mainly
Boy
just means
conceptualize?
panicking.
Okay.
Panicking and conspiracy theory.
Yes, that the meme.
I don't know how to deal with that. There are actual aliens invading from space.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Beast Boy just has like the red string. It's just like the meme with the red string all over. And
I was gonna say, I smack him on the head and say, "Stop freaking out! You're gonna come help me rig up all of my alarms to key off of their frequency, so we'll know if they're getting here."
Okay, yes, sir. We need to get those alarms set up.
You're gonna hold
All
them
right.
in.
Why am I
Without
calling you
Starfire-
sir? That's weird.
Because
Without
I'm so
Starfire-
manly. Look at these chest hairs. I grew one yesterday.
I can grow lots of hair. I turn into like a hairy wolf.
That's some kind of magic shape-shifting stuff. Doesn't count.
I turn into a hyena. I start laughing.
All right. Laugh it up. Come on, let's go rig up some alarms.
Scamper away.
Nice. All right. Anything Raven or Robin would like to do?
I'm gonna read a book. I seem very under stressed about any of this.
I will monitor
Alright.
Starfire and Blackfire's progress in space.
I'm sorry, how are you
Oh,
able to do
heck.
that?
Hack into like a satellite or something?
Science.
You can just monitor
No.
me? Is that a thing
But
now?
you're flying in space. Like, I'm sure I can like get into
He's
a like
tracking
satellite
you.
or whatever
He's
to make sure you guys are safe. I don't know.
Okay. Roll to hack NSA or
Do we not
NASA
already have one that
satellites.
we own up there?
Oh, please let this
Oh
backfire.
God.
Backfire.
Titans satellite.
I kind of just figured I would have access to one, like,
Uh.
without having to hack into something.
Well,
Or Batman or something. I don't know.
Batman definitely does, but I mean, you guys didn't leave on the
yeah,
best terms, so
Hack into Batman satellite. The Batlight.
I genuinely
You
I don't
probably know
remember.
how to hack into Batman's. Well, maybe not. They're probably too encrypted.
You might know a way into his system, but it's a question of being noticed or not, which you're not probably
All right.
optimistic.
Well, then I'll make sure my gadgets are like.
Also, he keeps changing the password every 5 weeks or every
Yeah.
week. And
I'll just like get my bird rings ready then.
Okay. All right. Yeah, get some stuff ready. All right, good. All right. Sounds good to me. Starfire and Blackfire, you are flying off to low orbit. The air thins, but it is of no concern and eventually dissipates almost completely as you fly in the upper atmosphere. You start to see the curvature of the Earth. Can't wait for aeronautic nerds to critique me on my lack of knowledge about ascending into a lower orbit. But anyway, so you start to see um, the sky gets darker and you fly into space with the device. So you are flying along. So you rocket over the Earth. I guess go ahead and roll perception.
Perception. Yeah. Okay.
And I will take into account your use of the thing.
That is going to be... Wow. Do I have perception?
I don't think so.
Oh, actually I do.
Oh, cool.
4.
Okay, well, it'll take a little bit. Enough for a good scene. So you are flying along next to your sister. She is looking around. She remarks, "Oh, your planet is quite beautiful, Starfire."
Yes, my planet was quite beautiful, sister. But now all we must do is search the entirety of space for the Gordanians. Why, it may take us years.
Well, I'm sure there's no reason to be so pessimistic. With the two of us, there is nothing we cannot do.
Yes, it simply might take us a long time. Have you seen the entirety of space? It is very large.
I have seen much of space, younger sister. But it is not so large for one such as us.
Yes, you have seen many things that I haven't seen.
She just kind of looks around a little awkwardly for a second. She says, is there something wrong, Starfire?
Nothing is wrong, please. I wish to focus on tracking the Gordanians. And it has nothing to do with the murder that I inflicted upon the cinder block or my sister coming to my home and proving to all of my friends that she is superior in every way.
She just kind of looks at you for a moment. I've already spoken my mind on the issue of this cinder block. But, sister, please. I did not mean to make you uncomfortable around your friends. You know that you know that you are loved by everyone that you come across. Mother and father approve of you, and I think you want for nothing, honestly.
If I am so loved, then why did my friends all let me fly into space forever?
Thanks, you didn't say that in the show.
We thought he
she
was just patrolling.
she raises an eyebrow and like knocks her head, and she like breaks relatively like in a fashion that you stop for easily, though if a ship were traveling alongside you, it'd be like Mach 2 to Mach 1 in like a very small period of time. But she says, sister, please, this is ridiculous. They did not let you fly into space forever. The cyborg said this Gordanian ship is at most somewhere nearby in the system. It will not take us long to find it. Why are you being this way? And then she kind of stops for a moment. She says, Are you going through the changes?
No. thank thank Blorgthar, I am not going through the changes just yet.
She says, Then why are you being such a child about this?
Because, sister, I do not belong here. I am not like you. I have not seen all of space, and I do not know about meditation, and I do not know the secret martial arts, and I do not have all of the moves in all of the video games, and I cannot perform the half circle combo, even though I try very hard, sister. And I am not like you because I still feel bad about the cinder block.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
And I'll be considering your modifiers different than what they usually would be. Wow, good thing you had advantage.
Yep. 2nd roll. That was not fun. Let's go. 11.
Okay. Yes, and I'm considering your bonus different in this circumstance. She looks at you, she floats closer to you, and she puts her hands on your shoulders. She says, Starfire, listen. We may not see eye to eye on many things, but I am still your sister, and, well, despite the fact that I left home when much younger than you would have liked, and I have issues with our parents, I will still be here for you. I I have been to many worlds, and well, I know what I must do to ingratiate myself, and I think I just went a little overboard with your friends. I did not mean to intentionally make them think less of you. And she kind of looks at you seriously for a moment, and her jawline kind of tenses, and she says, "And if they do in fact think less of you and more of me after this interaction, then they are not the friends that you want, Starfire."
I think I've been kind of an emotional dam at this point, and I just kind of hug her and start crying.
When you hug her and you start to cry, she tenses for a moment, but eventually she puts her arms around you and she holds you there for what could be a minute or two, or could be longer. You aren't sure. Until you break out of it from you both hearing, and don't ask me how sound works in any of this. You both hearing the monitor begin to beep loudly.
Oh.
When you look up, you see coming over the horizon, silhouetted by the sun, you see a small black spot against the sunlight, the shape of a ship cruising over the earth. It will soon be lined up with the North American continent.
Oh. Do I recognize the ship? Can I identify it?
You may have to get closer to see what it is. Would you like to fly towards the ship?
I think I hold Blackfire's hand and see if she'll go with me.
She looks at you and she smiles and nods.
Yeah, then I fly up closer to the ship to see what it is.
All right. How are you approaching the ship?
Is there a way to be stealthy when you're flying at light speed in space?
Probably. Frankly, it's probably intelligence based. It's probably like scanners and shit. I feel like no in this
fair.
circumstance, unless you have special magic bullshit that you want to do.
Oh wait, I have spells. Let me see if
Cloaking
any
device.
of those. Let me see if any of those can actually help me here. Give me a second. That's the most exciting part of a D&D podcast, where you look up spell descriptions. So here's my question for you, my distinguished DM. Can I disguise myself into an octopus pod thing?
I don't think so. It's not a humanoid.
Oh, does it specify humanoid?
Disguise self. It says
Oh, it has the same basic arrangement of
yeah.
limbs. Okay.
Yeah. You can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangements of limbs.
I don't think I have any spells that'll help me with this then.
Okay. It's a good thought. All right. So you all are flying towards the ships. Yeah, I don't think stealth would really be possible. I mean, you could move in really fast. I mean, I'm sure I could get technical, like, I could move in faster than the sonar, like the radar pulses can. I'm not gonna get that.
We don't need to do that.
Cool. So you guys fly in, and so are you approaching the ship completely, or are you stopping and observing it at all?
I think I want to know what it is. That's my main goal here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can certainly you fly a safe distance where you guys think you can get a little bit better of a look at it. So okay, let me see. I'm trying to remember what this ship looks like.
Also, I'm sorry, everyone, that I'm having a special space adventure. I was just trying to think in character.
No, I don't mind
No,
at
this
all.
is very emotional. Keep going.
I'm happy. I'm setting traps. You're good.
Okay, you see a large gray ship in the distance. Roll history.
Okay. You roll history. Do I have history? I do not have history. Okay. That is going to be.
I'll be considering it different since this is more space related than Earth related.
Okay, gotcha. That is a 14.
So, you're flying towards it. You're not sure exactly the make of a typical Gordanian ship, though this looks generally wrong in terms of region.
Okay.
But you can't be sure 100%. The Gordanians, I mean, you probably would suspect that they're not necessarily above stealing ships from places that they subjugate. So it's not definitive.
Sister, this does not look like a Gordanian ship. Do you recognize this?
She says, "Oh, I am sure that those nasty slavers simply stole something from the last place that they enslaved. It is not unlikely that it is still Gordanian. I can approach closer quickly and inspect more closely."
I will watch your back.
She smiles. "Very good, sister. I'm going to give you an opportunity to roll insight."
Okay. That is 11.
Okay.
Not amazing rolls so far.
Yeah. She pulls her hand out of yours rather quickly and gruffly. You're not sure what that's about. And she has sort of a sour expression on her face as she quicken spells haste and rockets off at double the speed that you're even capable of. There's this huge as she zooms off, and she is upon the ship in a moment. You are still a good distance off. It would probably take 2 or 3 rounds for you to get there.
Okay.
But
Man,
she
that sucks.
crashes through. You see a flash of purple energy as she, and now you would recall what she said she would do was get a closer look.
Yeah.
What she is doing is assaulting the ship immediately.
Yeah. No, I
So,
see the difference.
yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I miss things during games.
No, I'm
so
tuned
in. So you see a large flash of purple energy and a kind of an explosion on the lower side of the ship. And a split second later, another explosion inside from the opposing top corner of the ship as it bursts out. It seems that she is full on assaulting the vessel. What would you like to do?
It's a good question. I think I get closer. I don't rush. Like again, how far away is she?
That kind of distance is sort of like I'm not even measuring at the point.
Okay, fair.
We're like in
but
like
how
scale.
many of my turns away is she?
I'm gonna say 2, because she used haste, so she's moving double your capable speed.
Okay, then I will just get one turn's worth of movement closer to try and because honestly at this point I just kind of want to understand what's going on.
Yeah. All right, you fly closer as you approach. More explosions from the ship as systems begin to rapidly and catastrophically fail. Roll perception.
Okay.
As you move forward, you see this. You see out of a lower hangar compartment 3 small glowing purple objects being sort of like they're trying to exit the ship. You act 2 are heavily damaged, like partially on fire, and the other one seems to be relatively unscathed. And as you are approaching at high speed, you do recognize them as 3 of those probe type creatures like that you've encountered before. They seem to be disoriented and trying to escape the general destruction of the ship. So yeah.
I think that I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna. I want to take one. I want to take one alive and not smash it this time because harvesting its information has seemed pretty useful. So I'm gonna try to zoom in for a non-lethal alien strength elbow slam.
Alrighty. You will definitely get surprised against them. So yeah, you go ahead and just make an attack roll.
Okay. That's 20 non-natural.
Alrighty. That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's 12 damage.
Okay. You bash one of these things. Are you going for one of the 2 damaged ones or the more healthy one?
Yeah, I'll go for one of the damaged ones. Again, I'm trying not to kill it.
Okay. You basically fly in sharp elbow at high speeds and slam into this thing. It kind of spins away at high speed. It looks like you just kind of dented the kind of the top dome. Nothing too extreme. But it kind of spins off, and the other 2, noticing you, they now like move they kind of like take up a formation quickly to be ready for you. And there's explosions and debris starting to fly off of the ship, which would be above you
Right.
at this point.
Wait. So did I take? Sorry, I missed it. Did I take this one out?
No, it's very close. It starts to like spark, and
Okay.
so you said you did 12 damage.
Yeah.
No, it looked like it was about at half of its capacity. But it's on last legs.
Got it. Is it their turn, or do I get to do something else?
I'm gonna ask you guys to roll initiative now.
Okay. My initiative is somehow 8.
Wow. Let's see what these things dex is.
I'm getting really bad rolls tonight.
Yeah.
My emotional state.
It's
Okay.
because her spirit is low and
Yeah.
it is weakening her powers.
Yeah, that would make sense actually. I don't know
She's
if I feel much
disheartened.
boundless confidence right now.
Alrighty. So, two of them will go before you. All right. So one of them, seeing you do this, flies in and is going to try to smack you with its two tentacle, or with a couple of its tentacles. Okay. The first one is a 10. The second one is a so the 10 I'm pretty sure it will not hit
Does
you.
not hit.
All right. So the second one is a 25.
That does hit.
That will hit you. All right. So that will do 12 points of damage to you, bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
All right. Now you
Ouch.
are resistant, so it should do half.
So 6 damage, right?
All right. As it smacks into you. The other one, this is one of the damaged ones.
Yeah.
Not the one you hit, but because that one was kind of like pushed back a little bit, and it's still kind of regaining its balance. This one, it begins to, let's see. Its tentacles spread out, and it is going to try to grab you. It rolls a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. It constrains you in its tentacles. You take you take 12 points of damage, and you are grappled by it.
What type of damage is it? Am I resistant?
It's bludgeoning damage, so
Okay,
you're
cool.
still resistant.
Got it.
All right.
I'm grappled. All right.
Alrighty. Okay. You're grappled by one of them, and it is your turn.
I wish I had spells that were more useful for this kind of thing. Yeah, I think the best so can I? So I have to use an action to try and break free, right?
Yes, it would be an action.
Okay. Here's a thought. What if I tried to use my speed to fly this thing straight into another one?
You are grappled, so your speed is considered 0.
Okay, fair. I'm a superhero. I was trying to do a superhero.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Okay, so I will just try to break free. That's a strength check, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And these things actually do feel like tight and strong, even relative to your great strength.
Okay,
That's
that's
a very low
14.
roll.
I'm getting insanely low rolls.
Yeah, that just to remind listeners, to get a 14, she had Paul had to roll a 4.
Yeah, my strength is +10.
Yep. All right. Unfortunately, no. This thing has a strong grip on you. All right. So, the
That's
one
it,
that you
folks.
hurt
Starfire
before,
gets tentacled. That's where we are now.
the one before, is going to also try to grapple you, or use its crush attack.
Oh
So,
god, I'm gonna die.
yeah, they're gonna try to hold you down on 2 counts of grappling. So let's just see here. No, that's a 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, so it opens up its tentacles and it comes in at you, but you kind of like you kick it away,
Yeah.
and it does not, and it just kind of floats over next to where you are. All right, so it is the top of the round. Before the first 2 act again, another explosion rocks the ship above you, and you see, and the ship starts to careen and lose altitude.
Oh no.
Now, relatively slowly, but it is starting to move towards the atmosphere, and it was on a trajectory to where it would generally be over the North American continent.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
I might just roll a D4 reroll on 4 to see if it hits Canada, America, or Mexico.
Oh no.
Which I like to refer to as the cum zone.
Wait, what?
Canada, US, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so yeah, all right. You see this happen. It is one of these things turns, the one that is not been hurt yet. It is just going to try. 2 of them are trying to grapple, so it is going to try to smack you with its tentacle attacks. The first one is an 18, and then its modifiers, so that will hit you.
Yeah, that does hit.
And then the other one is only a 12, so that will not hit you.
Okay, so was the damage another 12 damage?
It is actually, these ones do a little bit more than just when the tentacles try to constrain you. That is going to be 17. Of course,
Reduced,
half.
yeah. Do I round down for that, or?
I think it rounds. I don't remember.
Okay. I'm gonna round.
Okay. That's fine with me. Yeah, it's round down.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And now the second one. This one has you grappled.
Yeah.
Okay, because it has you in its crush attack, it gets advantage on the crush's attack roll against you. It still doesn't help because it only rolled a 13 total. So it does not manage to get a tighter grip on you and therefore hurt you anymore within its grasp. So with that, it is your turn.
That is my turn. So there's 4 of these things around me right now?
No, there's 3.
There's 3.
Yeah, one has you grappled, one tried to grapple you but failed to use their crushing grappling attack. And then one is positioned in front of you, and it's just been smacking you with its tentacles in the face.
Can I see Blackfire from here?
Roll perception.
Okay. A 20, not natural.
Okay. Sick. As this is all happening, these few rounds are happening, just in this last round, you see a large explosion, and you see an object. At first, it's like covered in flame and smoke, but then as it like moves quickly, like the smoke clears and dissipates as it like exits the large explosion. You see an object. It looks like a small, relatively small, like personnel, like floating carrier of some kind. It's much smaller than the ship. It seems to be rocketing away towards the Earth, away from the ship and the destruction of the ship. And a split second later, you see a high speed blur of purple go darting after it. And those two objects are moving at high velocity down towards the Earth.
I see this. I see the ship moving into Earth's atmosphere.
Yes.
And I see my sister just leaving. And I know I'm on my own now, like has been the case
Right.
previously. And then I have an idea, which might be a total mood breaker. And I cast reduce enlarge
Yes.
myself. And I make myself very small in an attempt to escape the grip of this Gordanian probe.
Okay. I will give you. Technically, it can grapple a medium or smaller, but because of the unexpectedness of this strategy and how creative it is, what I'm going to give you is a dexterity check at advantage.
Okay. Okay, so 21.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that's good enough. You suddenly shrink and to a small size, and you are able to wriggle out of the constraints of this creature. What would you like to do? Are you trying to move away from them, or are you staying?
Yeah, I would like to use all of my movement to move towards the ship, because I mean somebody's got to stop it from crashing into the Earth.
All right. There will be 2 attacks of opportunity against you.
Yeah.
All right. From the yeah, I'd say 2. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's see. That is a 16, so that won't hit, and that is a 21. So the 21 will hit you. All right. So that's going to be a tentacle swipe at you. That's going to be 17, halved, rounded down.
Okay. Still feeling it. I'm
all right.
I'm at less than half now.
All right. And you rocket away after the targets. I'm going to give these things dex saves to avoid the careening debris of the ship, which would have been an issue for you come very soon.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, 2 of them rolled like ass. So, the healthy one and the more damaged one get crushed by falling debris.
Okay.
And you looking behind you, you see 2 explosions. The other one careens after you. It does have comparable speed to you in terms of your combat speed, though for a Yeah, it's pursuing you. Yeah, it flies up on you with its movement. So yeah, there's one hot on your heels, but that's it.
Okay.
And you are closer to this scene. You're not quite there yet. You can see vague details of the object that Blackfire is pursuing, but you can't quite make out everything yet. You start to see them turn red, and start to see a both Blackfire and the object as you see them kind of glancing at an pretty intense angle towards re-entry.
Right. I mean, like,
Yeah.
fuck that. That's not really what's important to me right now.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It is worth noting. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay, so am I able to break concentration? Does that take an action?
No, you can do that freely. You can drop a spell freely.
Yeah, so I'm going to break concentration, return to my regular size.
Mhm.
And how close am I to the wreckage, to the falling ship?
The falling ship is moving at a kind of a parallel. Is that right? Kind of in the relative same direction that you are moving down. Now it is. You would be just passing, I would say, like the nose of the ship, which is starting to tilt downwards and careen towards the planet.
Okay, so I want to, once again, this is a very useful spell, cast Enlarge Reduce, and make the
Yeah.
ship half its size.
Oh, okay. Certainly. Very cool. I would definitely consider the ship to at least be a gargantuan construct. So
I'm reading, and is there anything preventing me from shrinking a gargantuan thing? Let's see.
I probably
I don't see anything limiting this, which is
Yeah.
surprising me.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly seen some crazy things with large reduce. Let's see. Size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. This reduction decreases its size by one category, from medium to small, for example. So it would reduce it to a huge object.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I'll take it.
yeah. That's still pretty small and a pretty sizable difference. So it went from being like a small I'd say it went from being on the smaller end of a combat transport to being like more like a large freighter or attack ship,
Okay.
assault ship. So yeah, this thing reduced in size suddenly, and it's still moving, but yeah, it's smaller. So what would you like to do?
If at all possible, I want to put myself in the way of this thing and try and hold it back.
All right. All right, you
Like a
can
superhero.
position yourself with your movement, certainly.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can position yourself with your movement. You won't be able to make an attempt to lift it or anything till your next turn. So this thing is going to try to fly up and grab you. Because that's directive. Okay. Yeah, there's this one that's on you. All right. That will not hit. That is only a 10. Rolled very low. All right. It tries to fly at you, but you just kind of deflect it away, and it kind of careens away, and it's arcing around to come at you again. But yeah, All right. So, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and. Whew. How ridiculous would it be for me to try and just like slug this thing out of orbit?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, I could get
Just
into physics.
because I, as a human being playing this character, have not had these abilities in real life and cannot
Yeah.
quantify. I would
Right,
I would
right,
argue
right.
that I have some capacity to quantify whether this is in the realm of possibility or not.
Well, I'll say this: as a mostly spacefaring alien, it doesn't take a lot to. I mean, gravity is an issue and stuff, but you won't have to move this thing a ton to get it to divert course. You could do that and make it hit like the ocean or something. You could try to pull it out of orbit. It's not too late for that sort of thing. And of course, this is the DC universe where, BS like Superman being able to lift a plane without just going through the bottom of it is like that can happen. So you could certainly try to push on it, and if you succeed your strength check, you can probably lift it up back into a stable orbit.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going for here to just get it out of orbit and out of Earth's trajectory.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 22.
A 22. You fly up and you start to lift up on it, and you do start to change its course slightly, but it is still coming in pretty hot. So I would say you're gonna need another pretty successful attempt, but you are starting to push and strain against it.
Okay.
And it is starting to do something.
Got it.
All right. Let me see something here.
No big guys, just saving the Earth.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how fast this has been. Probably really fast. It's only been a few rounds. So the government's probably getting alarms at this point. Someone else is probably getting alarms at this point, and yeah, Robin, you're prepping things, and a bunch of alarms in the tower start to go off.
I get on, I guess, like the intercom, and I say, Titans, there's an emergency. We gotta meet up or whatever.
All right. So you all run to the main room, and on the big hollow projector thing, queued by emergency permissions to a NASA satellite is an image of a large ship. Starting to careen towards the relative North American continent region, and then it kind of like zooms in on like an object towards the bottom, and DC Universe, their response times to orbital threats is pretty damn fast, I'm gonna say. So it zooms in to an object towards the bottom, beginning to try to lift the ship, and you see, with a strained expression on her face, you see Starfire trying to push this thing, which is falling towards the Earth.
Guys, that's Starfire. We got to do something.
That sucks.
Oh no! How do we get into space?
Hey, Beast Boy, what's the biggest bird you can shift into?
Cyborg, do you have any
can't
kind
breathe
of
in space? I'm sorry.
I don't know, robotic parts that can attach to the jets or something that you can attach to the bottom of the ship to help Starfire lift it?
Okay, well,
Yes.
first of all, maybe, but second of all, we already have something that we can. Can I modify? Can I modify our ship on the fly to go into space?
Well, it can go into space. The issue isn't it going into space. The issue is guys have to get it set up with the boosters so that it can reach escape velocity. Now, escape velocity might not be an issue if you meet this thing on the way down. Like if Starfire can't get it before it is fully pulled in by Earth's gravity, you guys could try to intercept it and stabilize its landing course to be less catastrophic.
We would also
Fucking
need a
land it
way
in Nebraska
to
or
like
something. God damn.
right steer its
Through
course.
Nebraska.
Yes. So yeah, that's the place where you'd have to soup up something really fast, Cyborg. So I'd give you an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Awesome. I'm going to do that. All right. Roll and roll. Wow, that's like a 10.
Wow. No. There's an explosion. Roll Dex.
Dex?
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was at least 15. I said, well, I don't know how to prevent it.
Yeah.
Do I at least know how to divert it like a few miles? Maybe just a little bit into Nebraska?
You could try to blow it into smaller chunks.
Have we decided that canonically the Teen Tower is near Nebraska?
No. No, it's in Jump City, which is like a San Francisco analog.
Okay.
Well, oh, we can hit Vegas.
Yeah.
All right.
Nevada, yeah. That'd be the more relevant thing.
He says, I don't know anything. Let's just shoot the sucker.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any bigger guns than I have?
You need to watch out for
I don't
Starfire.
think Robin has any big weapons, does he? Probably not. Not unless you count like a laser beam from a satellite.
No, the biggest
hacking into Batman's network.
Maybe Raven.
All right.
Maybe Raven can use telekinesis.
Hey,
I mean, it's pretty large.
can I
Yeah, it's
calculate how long we have? Is it like going to be a day? Is
Yeah,
it gonna be
no,
a
it's not
few
gonna.
hours?
No, it's not gonna be a day. It's like,
Like-
you guys have.
Humans.
If you need, yeah, if you need, gosh, yeah, I don't know how. I mean, well,
All right.
one, it really depends on how successful Starfire is, but two, it will probably be a few minutes.
Guys, here's what we gotta do. We need to steal a nuke.
Oh God.
Starfire is up there. You can't nuke the ship.
It's a planet is about to be destroyed. We can tell
We don't nuke
Starfire
the
to,
ship.
like,
We nuke a
fly
crater in
away.
Earth, and then we land the ship into the crater.
That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard, Robin.
I'm helping.
All right, I'm gonna roll to see if I,
I
know
don't
where
think
the
we
nearest
should nuke the
is.
ship. I really don't. In all
Okay.
seriousness, I don't.
I
think
think
we
that's.
should nuke the
I
ship.
don't think you
History?
can know that.
Is this history?
No, because well, listen, like is it history where the classified locations of nuclear bombs are? No, it's
Okay,
classified
okay.
information.
How about
So-
hacking? Can I like hack something? that would
You can certainly try, and there definitely won't be any repercussions for that down the road at all.
Back
really-
into the
once
government
again,
to
I don't
find
think we
where
should
the
look for a
nukes
nuke.
are.
Hey, we don't even need to steal
Fine.
a nuke. We just have to fire a nuke.
I think that we should. Okay, we have literally a minute. I don't know if we have time to one hack for nukes or two. Like I feel like the best option is like getting our boosters on the ship to like go up there and help. But
Okay, let's start doing
I don't know.
that. And if we have another idea, we can do it on the way.
Yeah.
boosters
Alright.
on the ship.
To the ship.
All right. Now to develop the extra boosters to attach to the ship, he failed his Arcana checks, but you guys can certainly fly the
Oh, yeah, he
T
did.
ship and you can try to do something once you get there, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Is the T-ship a submarine?
The T-ship is a bunch of things. The T-ship flies.
I don't think it flew. Sorry, I won't do that now.
Wait, hold on. No. That is important. So, T-ship.
In the show, they had a submarine and they converted it into a spaceship. But
Yes.
I don't know what the T-ship is in this universe.
T-ship. It was originally constructed as an underwater vehicle, yes, but later on, at least one version was built, which would allow aerial and space travel. So
was that built yet?
In the
I
show,
don't
it
know.
happens in season 2.
Well, yeah, that's legitimate, but I mean, I would say it's not really known if it was just because they use it once in season 1, right? And then they use it in space later on, and then you see them flying little bits of it around in the air, and I don't know if it always had flight capability or not.
I hate to interrupt, but literally in the episode where they attach the boosters, Cyborg's like, "This is designed for deep sea travel."
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, no.
I'm fucking us, I know, but
yeah.
Well, if like, okay, if they don't react quickly enough, Raven's probably gonna try to like float up there and help Starfire since she can fly.
Yeah.
Let's turn all the air into water so that we can take the submarine up into the sky.
It's like,
Very
all right,
Boy, I think you lost your
Are we
last
at
brain
plan B?
cell.
Are we at plan B? Hacking to get a nuke?
Still don't think we should try the nuke.
You can certainly try.
I feel like that's
We're
too
not-
much collateral damage. Think of the
Cyborg,
radiation and all of
don't.
the people.
Think of what happens
You
if
are
the
going
thing lands
to
on our
radiate
planet.
space, and it's going to rain down like radiation onto the earth and kill all the trees or something.
And then the FBI will be after us because you hacked into their system.
Wait,
I'll be
hold
after
on.
your ass because you just killed the entire ecosystem.
Well,
Hold on.
a lot worse people than the FBI will be after you.
What? Wait, what? Maybe I think I'm mistaken on what's going on here. Is that like
You-
a meteor that's about to hit Earth, or is it like a creature?
It's a big ship.
Oh,
it's a
why did I think
spaceship.
it was a meteor? Oh, never mind. Let's just go
Do you
right
think?
into
Do you
that
think
thing.
if we got you into its systems, you could like
Okay. You don't have a
repair it
ship.
enough to steer it away, or like steer it to safety? Does that make sense? Like if it's like a computer issue and we got you inside,
Wait, here.
I don't know. Maybe you could. Yeah.
Yeah,
Divert all
reverse
power to the
thrusters
forward
and all that.
engines.
Look, Robin. Robin,
All right.
I'm not
About
gonna
this
promise
time,
you I can do
you
anything.
guys do see a secondary screen start to come up, and you see you start to see a ship, a smaller ship, more like a floating platform that's partially on fire, and you see Blackfire pursuing it at high speeds, chucking purple star bolts at it, and you see
So wait, so we see
yeah.
Blackfire actively trying to destroy the ship.
It's a different ship.
It's a new ship. It's a second bogey that's coming in ahead and is much more of a approachable issue for you guys.
Oh boy.
Okay, so let's take care of that thing. Neither of these things are going to cause instant and irreparable harm. So let's take them out one at a time.
I think okay.
That
I'm
sounds
not
like a
going to
good-
comment on the truth of that.
That's fine.
Wait. Why do we think it won't cause instant? It'll cause instant and irreparable harm?
I mean, it's still gonna like level a city. It's just not
Whoa.
going to destroy the world.
I thought. Sorry. I thought
Maybe not the
That's
whole
why
city,
I was
but
asking
like
earlier if this was like a meteor or just like an
No.
alien invading spaceship.
No. It's a
it
ship
would
that's
be-
falling.
it would be like a plane crashing into the city.
Oh,
A very big plane
Very big plane.
okay. Well,
moving very
huh.
fast.
Yeah,
And
I
it'll
think
get
we should
twice
go
as
hack
big
that
if I
thing.
get knocked out.
Let's go hack that thing. I've been studying this technology. Let's
Okay,
get
okay.
there
Let
as
me-
fast
let me-
as I can.
Let me clarify though. There's a closer bogey moving in towards the over the area of the United States being pursued by Blackfire. Do you want to approach that object first, or do you want to try to do something to help Starfire?
Split up.
Blackfire's strong,
Yeah.
but Starfire's our friend.
We could just split up, guys.
So I think we could either get Blackfire to try and help Starfire, or we could split up. We need people with strong powers who could maybe help Starfire, or
So
I don't know. We need to.
so probably Raven would be best to go help Starfire with.
I could throw rocks at it. Very
She can
big.
fly.
You could also
she can
use your
teleport, telekinesis. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Telekinesis would help.
I can throw rocks at it. Big rocks.
Yeah.
1-ton
And,
rocks.
Yeah. You guys, so are you guys splitting up in groups? Because you'll need at least one flyer in each group if that's the case.
How about everyone who isn't a flyer takes the ship in one direction, and everyone who is a flyer.
No, okay.
We don't have a ship.
We need to establish the ship is a submarine right now. It is not a flight capable ship.
Oh.
You're welcome.
You guys are welcome to steal a jet.
Do we have jetpacks?
We can make some later.
Robin, do you have jetpacks?
Cyborg, we need to look into making jetpacks later.
Can I take off a piece of my body and use it as a Wi-Fi signal and just have them say, "Hey, stick this into the ship and I'll hack it"?
That sounded really weird.
I could carry someone as a giant bird.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, if you guys wanted to approach a flying target, the two of you who can't fly can either A, ride on one of Beast Boy's forms, or be lifted by Raven's telekinesis.
Oh,
Can I lift someone and
Yeah.
throw rocks?
In the
at the
show,
same
they
time?
have all flown by those means.
No.
Okay, so
Although
I'm
they
gonna
could
have
hang
to-
onto a rock and you could.
Well,
throw
in the
the
show,
rocks.
she sometimes makes like a disc, like a dark doesn't she make like a dark
Yeah,
disc
that's true.
telekinesis thing that I don't know if more than one person could stand on it. I don't know.
What if I just telekinetically lift a
Sure,
hammock?
why not?
And I'll take all of you
Swimming in a hammock.
and throw you at the vessel.
Well, just
Can we just-
I need to know who's going where.
I don't know.
The details are less important.
I was gonna go help Starfire, and I was gonna
I
take
can't go into
big rock
space.
with me.
I think I was gonna go to where Blackfire is.
All right.
I mean, I can't go into space either.
All right.
I
So
don't
we have
think.
the flyers. Who's? Yeah.
I was just
Well,
gonna.
so
meet
this
her.
is just to clarify. This is all sort of a secondary. This is a secondary thing if Starfire fails. So let's
Okay.
make a quick decision about it, and so that we have a backup plan
All
if
right.
Starfire
Let's
Starfire
go.
fails.
The smaller aircraft, is that already in Earth's atmosphere?
Yes.
Okay, let's go take everybody out on that ship, steal it, and then go meet Starfire.
Do we have
All
time
right.
to do that?
Do we have a choice of going into space?
Also, will there be negative repercussions for stealing, or is that like when a cop like commandeers a
You
vehicle?
don't know. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, looks like an alien ship. The aliens were already doing bad things, and you think they're slavers, so like, who knows?
They sure seem bad to me. I mean, look, Blackfire's trying to fight him, and Blackfire's like a paladin of justice.
I think I'm gonna let everyone else deal with the ship that's close, and I'm gonna meet Starfire at the atmosphere with a giant rock.
That's why I need to go the other direction, because I need to help people fly.
Yes.
Yeah. I can.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so Raven begins
Wait, so
to
is
fly.
it just Raven going alone?
Just to help Starfire, yeah. I mean, that ship's like destroyed pretty much. It's just crashing.
Yeah.
Like the real danger is, if it hits me.
So the three boys are going to Blackfire.
Yeah,
I believe so.
And if you manage to steal that ship, I mean, you could come help.
Oh yeah, good point.
I just want to be there in case there's not enough time.
All right.
I
think we've figured it decided.
Cool.
All right, okay. So Raven flying off towards the ship into the sky.
With a big rock.
The big rock. You pull out a big rock and you're carrying it. All right, so the rest of you, Beast Boy, what form are you taking to carry Robin and Cyborg?
Will a giant eagle be large enough?
A giant eagle is giant eagle.
It has a strength of +3.
All right, its strength is 16.
How big is it?
It is a large beast. So it is one size category larger than a person. Mm-hmm. Now horses can carry people fine, and they're still medium creatures, so that's not necessarily the issue. Now, yeah, I'd say it could carry 2 people. I mean, I've listened to Critical Role enough, and they've done this a billion times. So, yeah, let's say one of.
It depends on how heavy his machinery is, though.
Right.
Robin's kind of like a lean figure. I don't know.
Can you turn into a pterodactyl? I know he turns into a T-Rex at some point.
I can turn into a petrodon or a pterodactyl, but like how strong are they? They're like big. How big are they?
I would have to find the homebrew thing. Wait, do they have?
There's a card for a petrodon, I think. Let me see. Sorry, I got a fancy card deck. I think I showed you guys.
Okay, so your strength capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. This is the weight in pounds that you can carry. So for 16,
can I turn into a Quetzalcoatl?
I mean, yeah.
Because I have done that in Johnny's game before.
All right, yeah, just do it. You're a big.
I turn into a Quetzalcoatl. I don't have a card for that.
That's fine. How do you?
Very cool.
Google that and put 5e at the end, and whatever you find is perfectly legal for me.
Quetzalcoatl.
I have the word because I had to Google it. All
right, class. How do we spell? All right, class. How do we spell Quetzalcoatl?
I just sent it.
Wow, that's it.
All
right.
Cool creature. I
want one. Okay, it says the strength of this is less than a giant eagle. What the frick? But it's huge. It's huge. How?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Let's see.
Strength is only +2 for this huge beast. I think 2 people would easily be able to fly on that thing. It's huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a huge beast, so I think that would differently affect its its size. Oh yeah, I know what these things.
Maybe they're small ones.
Nah. Yeah, it's fine. You can
categorized
carry
as
it.
huge beast.
Yeah, which is much bigger than the giant eagle. So I think that's just whatever. I mean, this is not an official stat block either, so whoever made it is whatever.
I think either a giant eagle would cover it or a Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's up to you.
I think either way, I mean, Cyborg could probably ride on the back of the eagle, and you could carry Robin in your talons, because Robin is a small twink of a lad. All right,
boy.
cool. You do it. You do it.
One more time.
Small twink of a lad.
Okay.
Twink.
Yes, I did.
Okay, just checking.
Okay.
Ripperoni.
All right. So that's the thing. All right, good. Let's go back to the Starfire group. Starfire, please make all of their planning irrelevant.
Am I a giant eagle? Yes.
You're whatever you want to be. I think
Be a
both would work.
Quetzalcoatl. It's way cooler.
Yes, I will be a Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, right. So I'm here like wrestling with this like falling spaceship.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I may die, but if I do, I'm sure my friends will be able to handle this.
Very good.
They are far smarter than me.
While we're like researching and trying to get Cyborg not to,
and one of us is
like,
trying to get a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
freaking out.
So the alien probe tries to attack you and rolls a natural 1. Good. And so I'm gonna say it crashes into the ship and explodes.
Nice.
Very good.
Very good.
I'm going to continue trying to remove this thing from the Earth's orbit.
All right, roll strength.
Let's see.
Just roll reasonably good.
That's a lot to ask for tonight. 27.
All right. You begin to push up against it, start to push against it, and you are making headway. You are beginning to push against it. Now, hopefully nothing crazy happens, but you think you can handle the ship in a few more rounds and good pushing. So, right. Now you're pushing up against it. I'm gonna roll. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm technically going to be rolling Constitution for the ship. Wow, it did really well. It rolled a 20. No. It stays in one piece.
Okay.
So it rolling good is good.
Okay.
If it rolled bad, it might have had an internal explosion and something might have happened. So, all right. So, go ahead and give me another strength roll, and then we'll get to whatever team is trying to, and then what they're doing.
Okay. I'm glad that the episode Sisters has become sort of a reroll of the movie Armageddon.
Yes.
23.
All right. It's stable again. It looks like you're making good headway. Let's roll for the ship. You're lifting it. The ship, suddenly there's another large, as it's like moving into the atmosphere, and you're starting to feel heat on your back. There's a large explosion, and the ship, basically you are now holding the nose and the front portion of the ship, and the back portion of the ship, the middle portion explodes, so the back portion starts to fall at a slightly different angle, and now it's two pieces.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is
but but it will be easier to lift this piece.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this happens. This kind of scene beat happens, and I'm going to go to Raven. As you're flying up, you start to see in the upper atmosphere, much to the air is starting to thin, and you're starting to reach the limits of how high you can fly. Now you could probably start teleporting quickly, and then like teleport out towards lower altitudes and do some tricks with that if you wanted. But like as far as your flight and like the air content, that's sort of an issue. You start to see this large object high up, and suddenly there's an explosion, and you start to see another piece start to divert along a similar path. So I'll just say that's what you see. You can't quite get to it yet. The other team, you fly quickly on the Quetzalcoatl, and you start to see this object. You start to see the ship, and as you're approaching it, you start to see Blackfire shooting at this ship, which is more like just a gray, very simplistic platform. Atop the platform, two aliens, it looks like, are up there. They're pretty big and beefy looking. They have red kind of like chitinous armor. Maybe it's just their skin, like they look sort of lobsterish. And they have claws, and they're firing laser blasts back at Blackfire, who is dodging and weaving and firing star bolts after them at high speeds. They are approaching quite rapidly. So what would you like to do?
Let's see.
I fly up to like near them.
Would I have heard or like have any information in my database about the I forget what these aliens are called. The ones that Starfire was worried were in.
Yeah,
Basically, what I'm trying to do is make a roll to see if I recognize
if you know
the aliens that were that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think pretty much, even for, I'd say even Batman would be at risk of not recognizing their true identity, because like knowing who aliens are and what they're all about is more of a Green Lantern Corps specialty. You guys are just like aliens. All right, yeah, aliens. That's
Do I have a database? I really don't know the extent of what I can learn by hack, like how quickly I can hack and find information.
You don't know. Well, here's the thing. It's you can probably hack Earth information quickly, but it's more of a question of what Earth governments even know about the aliens. The universe and all the aliens in the DC universe are like so vast and big. It's like it takes an organization like the Green Lanterns to even keep track of them.
I think we should drop onto their ship.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Also, you are not next to any computers right now, but I guess you are a computer. How can he do that in his body?
I don't know. So, I mean, we could explore stuff like that later, but you'd probably have to make some modifications. I mean, it's like Cyborg in this show is not so much like super hacker crazy guy, like as other versions of Cyborg are, like in other shows and other things. Like, yeah, like other versions of Cyborg.
Bot
yeah, it's more
also builds the tech.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Let's jump on the ship.
All right,
All right. I will swoop down and bring you guys close enough to get on that ship.
All right, you start to swoop over and onto the ship. you drop them onto the ship, and let's see.
Are we on the ship?
Yes, you jump down onto the ship, Cyborg and Robin, and you the one they were focusing. One is trying to pilot and shoot backwards, and the other one is firing back at Blackfire. And you look and see them both turn and notice you guys land on the ship, and they kind of, what? Who are you? And they point their claws at you, and they're going to attack you. So go ahead and make roll initiative.
That is a 19.
All right.
Do I use my dex, or I use the dex of the? Okay, so
that's a 25 on initiative.
All right.
13.
All right. 25 for Robin. Robin's going to go first, and then Cyborg.
All right.
And then what was Beast Boys?
13.
13, okay.
As a Quetzalcoatl.
All right, Robin, what would you like to do? Robin.
Sorry, I was muted. I think I'll just jump in and attack with my quarterstaff for now. They seem like just regular old blokes.
All right, which one are you attacking? The one at the piloting console or the other one?
Probably the other one, because the other guy, the pilot, can't. I imagine he can't do a whole lot of fighting because he's piloting the ship. So I'm gonna attack the other one. And I will roll. Let's see. I got a 21 on the attack.
Okay. That will hit.
All right.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I will deal 6 damage. And I am also, because I have hit him, I will, let's see. Oh, I have to use Flurry of Blows. Okay, so I will use a bonus action to use Flurry of Blows. I will spend 1 key point.
All right.
I will make 2 more attacks.
All right.
I think it's the same modifier, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. They're technically, I think, unarmed attacks.
Yeah, these are unarmed strikes. So the first.
All right. First one's 25. That'll hit.
Let's see. Second one is a 12.
All right. The 12 will not hit.
All right. Second attack is going to deal another 6 damage. And I will extract aspects.
Alrighty.
Where, as I've hit him, I will analyze how his body reacts to my punches and blows to find his weaknesses.
All right.
And I will. It says, in addition, you learn the following. Oh shoot! I thought I had more of these. Then I probably should have saved this for a boss or something. Oh well. In addition, you learn his damage, vulnerabilities, resistances, immunities, and condition immunities. Does he have any of those?
Okay. Go through those one at a time for me again.
Damage, vulnerabilities, resistances, immunities, and condition immunities.
Okay. You learn. I'm not sure how to explain it. I guess. You learn that he is immune to poison,
Okay.
and he is immune to being poisoned.
Cool.
He has no vulnerabilities or
resistances. Okay.
or
Okay.
resistance.
Cool.
Yeah, your strikes seem to hit hard, though. I guess you punch him or kick him in the stomach, and he he spews out some greenish,
It's the green. It's the green
spittle.
throw up that was like, it's green. Therefore, poison is also green. Therefore,
Yeah.
poison sometimes is also made of grass, and grass is green, and that's why he's immune to poison.
And grass. All right. Okay. Cyborg.
All right. How many aliens are there?
There are two.
they-
One is piloting the ship. The other one just got bonked and punched by Robin.
Oh, cool. I go up and how big is this ship?
It is probably I want to say like 20 feet long, and it's more like a thing. It's a floating thing that you stand on.
Okay. I go up and I grapple this sucker. I burn a charge on my armor of magical strength and I grab him.
All right.
Let me roll that.
All right. The one that's fighting Robin.
Do I have easy access to the other one?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, then I'll just grab the pilot.
Okay.
And
all right.
All right. I rolled a 3, but I add a ton of things. 5 plus 11, 12, 13.
Oh, do you add like your intelligence mod or something?
Yeah. So that is a 16. All said.
Okay. And this is what, a grapple check?
Yep.
All right. So he'll roll to resist.
Yep.
In athletics to resist. All right. Okay. He rolled a 19 plus a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you try to grapple him, and he shrugs you off, and he kind of looks at you. I mean, he's an alien; you can't really tell, but kind of incredulously, he's like.
Instead, I just grab at his shirt. It's not like a hold. It's just a hey, buddy. And
yeah.
It's like, one of your ships is about to plow into our planet. What are you gonna do about
it? Let's see. He will say. He will respond. Right now, I'm just trying to survive. And that will be the end of the turn. So he. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
I mean, unless I can I talk more, or am I?
Nah. Not really.
Okay.
I'm gonna say now it's the guy who's fighting with Robin. So let's see. He is going to try to slash at you with his big pincers.
Oh boy.
Robin. He rolls 2 attacks with his pincers. The first one is that's a 24 to hit you.
Yep.
All right, and the second one is a 19 to
that
hit you.
Barely hits.
All right. So the first one does 12 slashing damage to you.
Okay.
And the second one does 13 slashing damage.
So 12 and 13?
Yeah.
Ouch. I am almost dead.
Yeah. Okay. He slashes at you, and he says, he kind of yells, "You Earthlings aren't more violent than I thought." And yeah, Beast Boy, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to land on the ship and change into a giant spider and stick to the ship.
All right,
And
smart.
I'm gonna shoot web at one of the. How many are there? Are there two?
Yeah, there's two. One's piloting and engaged with Cyborg, and the other one is fighting Robin.
I'm
He
gonna
just.
shoot the one fighting Robin.
All right, go ahead and roll your web attack.
All right.
Ooh,
Target is restrained by the web. As an action, the restrained target can make a DC 12 strength check, bursting the web on a success.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Cool.
So I
All right.
restrained it with web.
All right. You shoot with a bunch of gross green web. Maybe. I feel like this goes into the conversation we had off air on one episode about whether or not the milk would be green if he was a cow. But anyway,
we talked about a lot of other bodily fluids.
Oh
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he is restrained. He's like, all right. So, next it is the pilot one's turn. He's gonna, let's see, he's gonna try to do something to Cyborg here, who tried to attack him while he was trying to pilot. He points his it's range, so he does a disadvantage. Well, no, it's a very hectic situation. So yeah, let's do this. He turns around and he has like this big like open claw hand, but has like this hole inside it, and the hole starts to glow and it fires a purple blast of energy out at you, Cyborg, and he will be rolling a disadvantage because he is. I mean, honestly, he'd probably be rolling a disadvantage on anything anyway because he's trying to pilot at the same time. No. He is, he rolls pretty bad. So he misses you and fires this blast of energy, and it hits one of the back engine portions of the hovercraft, and there's an explosion, and the ship sort of shudders, and you all, Cyborg, you know enough about technology to tell that you feel the engine that was running underneath stall out and die. And this thing starts to lose altitude very quickly.
I'm like, aw hell, how are we gonna use this ship to save Starfire now?
And the other guy is like, and the guy in the webbing is like, you idiot! Yeah, all right. So now it's the top of the round, and Blackfire. Yeah, I think she's gonna shoot a starbolt at the ship. So I'm gonna ask. Yeah, it's about 20 feet. I'm gonna ask everyone to roll dexterity.
I'm a spider with my feet are all sticky, and I have spider climb on the ship. Do I still roll dexterity since?
Yeah. It's not about falling off the ship. It's also about getting hit by
Is
the
this a save?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, this is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, Dex saving throw. Oh, as a spider. Okay.
Okay.
So that's like a 7 for me.
All right.
That's a 24 for Robin.
Right. Okay. All right. Those of you who failed take 17 radiant damage. Those of you
What
who
was the fail?
succeed, the fail was 17, and so the success is half of that.
Half of 17, you said?
Yes. And it rounds down.
Okay.
Robin, how you doing?
I said I got a 24.
Yeah, no, but how you doing
sorry.
on the
Say the damage again.
It is 17 if you failed, but you will take half of that.
So 9. Okay,
Yes.
I am unconscious, but I'm not like dead. I'm
Okay.
just unconscious.
All right.
Jeez, Blackfire.
Yeah. She saw an opportunity. All right. So the starbolts pelt the ship. There's many more small explosions along its surface. And the blast knocks Robin out unconscious. The ship starts to dip, and Robin starts to slide slowly towards the end of the ship. Everyone still has their footing on the ship for now. But yeah, it's not looking great. I think with that, we'll go to Starfire.
All right.
Make a also remember you guys all do have walkies and stuff, so if any of you want to talk to Starfire or say anything to her,
Oh, that might have been smart.
Yeah. So
You're doing great, sweetie.
I don't know if I have mine on.
Yeah. It'd probably be on your belt, and you probably wouldn't have a free hand to grab it. Or
I'll probably walkie-talkie her just to let her know I'm there.
I'm not picking up.
right.
Oh, doesn't it doesn't still just like speak out? You don't have to answer it.
Yeah, you might hear it. You might
It's
hear
literally me just saying like, Starfire, I'm here below you in the Earth's atmosphere.
it. Mm-hmm. Also, it's
With a
sort
big
of
rock.
in this world, it's sort of a sending stone too, so you might get to do a weird brain thing and respond, but I don't know. But so yeah, Starfire, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Yeah, I have a question actually, because
Uh-huh.
you said this thing is broken in half and smaller, right?
Yes.
That wouldn't be small enough that I could maybe swing this piece into the other piece.
It might be a harder strength check, I'd say.
I think that's what I want to try to do, if I can just like slam this piece into the other piece and knock them both out.
Okay.
Will I lose the progress I've made if I fail at that?
Well, you'll have let go of one of the pieces, and you will either miss or... Yeah, well, if you fail, I'll just tell you, you'll either miss, and you'll be sending another piece in a vastly different direction than originally.
Right.
Or I guess if you crit fail, you'll like push against the... You'll do like what you did with the bus in the first episode, and you'll go through it, and then it might explode and do some damage to you, and then there might just still be another piece.
I think
also, this will probably create a lot of smaller debris. Which
then in that case, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep pushing.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Ooh, very good. with that, I'd say you push this piece, you push it forward, and then you are able to throw it so that it starts to careen up out of the atmosphere along a safe orbit. Well, relatively.
Well, yeah, I actually question safe orbit. Like,
Right.
I don't. Is there a chance it'll spiral into another planet from here?
Well, yeah, you can't think about everything.
Oh, okay, so there is a chance. All right, good. By stable orbit, yeah. So I don't see the full orbit from here. Got it.
No.
I know what you're trying to do. I've got my eyes on you. I'm a superhero. Goddammit. Okay, so that's one chunk removed basically out of two.
Yes, the other one is now moving, but you can fly after it. So it will probably fall far enough to be an issue for Raven. Raven, go ahead and make, if you'd like to try to catch this thing with telekinesis, you can make a strength check using your wisdom plus your proficiency, like you would for telekinesis. Or you said you had a big rock, you can try to chuck the rock at it if you want.
Is this weigh more than a ton?
Probably, but you can definitely slow it. Yeah, it weighs more than a few tons, but you could slow it down for sure.
Okay, I was gonna say because my other thought was to kind of use the rock to push it and like apply 1 ton's pressure to it to try to slow it down because I don't know that I can. My telekinesis would probably just break, wouldn't it?
It's possible. Also, I think I said, and this might even be too low. Raven can go ahead and have 2 tons of lifting for telekinesis. So because she's just better than most telekinetics, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, you could either have you could even have a 2-ton rock. And that will definitely probably damage it if you smack it with the rock or push against it with the rocket. It might break apart more, which might be easier for you to manage.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the flat side of the rock to push against it just to try to like get that surface level and hopefully not break it. I'm trying to slow it down right now while Starfire is coming at me. So what do I roll again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would be a roll roll
wisdom, right?
Yeah, roll your wisdom. Okay. Yeah, and I'd say even your basically be your spell bonus, so you'd also add your proficiency, which I think is +2, so it'd be you are able to stably move this rock, and it's very complicated because you actually, in order to not just have this thing slam into the rock as it's moving down, you have to be pulling the rock backwards at a slightly at a close speed to the object, but so that the object doesn't slam into it with full force. But yeah, you're basically like decelerating it safely. All right, awesome. Starfire, you turn around and you see Raven dealing with this one much lower in the atmosphere. You can go and help her if you would like to.
Well, Raven is dealing with that one, and honestly, I want to try and do something about the one that I've sent careening into space.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
you're gonna try to pursue it?
I want to try to like destroy it as much as possible.
All right.
So yeah, I'm going to. How far away is it? In relative, like.
Well, that's almost less of a relevant thing. Pushed it away. It's starting to move away quickly. You can catch up to it, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'd like to fly up and try and smash it.
All right.
Just sort of perform a haymaker on it.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
27 to hit.
27. All right, that'll hit.
Yes.
Don't worry about damage so much. But you hit this thing, you punch it, it starts to break and split apart. There's more explosions as it causes there's an explosion, and it just rapidly starts to detonate. The fireball starts to spread. I mean, it doesn't spread far because there's not a lot of oxygen. But as you punch it apart, and I'm sorry for this. This is more my nerdity in science fiction and my obsession with space junk as a problem that humans face. A ton of shrapnel starts to fly in all sorts of directions, and as you start to begin to consider perhaps the ramifications for this, and a large piece comes flying in your direction.
Okay.
Now, you see, when it's about to smack into you, and perhaps you raise your arms to block it, you see, suddenly nothing slams into you. And as you open your eyes, almost before you open your eyelids, you see a glowing green, intense light.
Oh.
As you open your eyes, you see a bunch of light, like these hands flying around all over the place, grabbing the different shrapnel, and flying away at high velocity is that piece of shrapnel that would have hit you. But standing in an extended batter's pose, with a large green construct baseball bat, is a man with red hair and a green jacket and uniform. He turns around and looks at you and he says, "Well, damn, kid. You gotta be more careful with this kind of thing." And we're gonna cut back to
Guy fucking Gardner, are you kidding me?
yeah.
Oh, come on. Couldn't have just let Nebraska get destroyed?
Had to be him.
Yeah, I guess it did have to be.
We're gonna go back to the group. Raven, you're able to actually safely decelerate the ship long enough to where you can safely just let it drop to an unoccupied area. You're a little surprised that Starfire isn't as quick to come aid you, but it's not a big issue. The group on the ship, on the little ship, starts to it's starting to careen towards the Earth, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll. It starts to tip. I'm gonna need everyone to roll Dex, and you will notice that unconscious Robin is starting to slide precariously close to falling off.
Okay, I'm definitely going to.
Now the spider is fine because the spider has spider climb.
I can always turn into something to grab Robin if you need to do something with the ship.
All right, I'm definitely going to use a reaction to cast Featherfall.
Okay. Oh. Who all are you casting it on?
I'm going to grab the two aliens, myself. Who else can't fly? Robin. And one other person. Who else can't fly? Anyone?
Well, no one, I don't think, because Beast Boy could turn into a flying form.
I'm gonna do the four of us, and heck, Beast Boy, why not?
All right.
Cool.
All right.
He's
So,
like, and as I do it, I shout, "Blackfire! You're trying. Why are you destroying the ship while we're on it? And no, don't. What are you doing? Kill. You're gonna kill us all."
all right. All right. So I'll say you are able to grab them, because I think this is a good closing.
Pretty sure I'm like chucking small little devices onto them.
Yeah. No, and you kind of grab them as these little anti-grav magic things
Yeah.
attached to them. And you guys all hop off the ship with Robin and float down safely to the ground somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. You're not exactly sure. Open, kind of deserty, arid fields.
Area 51.
And it's not in the Pacific Northwest. And you guys float down all safely. The two, as you're landing there, the two aliens kind of like step back from you. They're surprised. The one says, "You saved us. I thought you were with her." And the other one pulls out a badge and says, "Stop! We're the Centauri police force."
I'm like, wait, history. That we might have heard of that.
I'm turning back into a human, and I'm casting Cure Wounds on Robin, by the way.
All right, sounds good. Go
Can
ahead
I
and roll
history
health for
to
that.
see the odds?
No, you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know about them per se.
Okay.
You just, he presented a badge and he said he's with the police force. And so as you're all standing there a bit confused, suddenly, like a meteor and with a crater impact, Blackfire lands on the ground.
So,
and she rises, her eyes glowing purple, and the two individuals, the aliens, they go, "We were hunting her. She's a fugitive." And she looks to them and she says, "I almost took you out."
I'm like,
damn.
Hold up. You're the police?
Yeah. So the scene where we're gonna end is you all facing off in the desert with these alien police officers, and Blackfire, she lifts her hands, energy building, and she says, "I almost reconnected with my sister. Oh well." And she'll attack.
Heads up to. Oh, sorry, you were talking. heads up to listeners and players. If you ever hear meowing, it is my kitty cat. His name is Link, and I'm sorry if he suddenly screams because he's hungry. He screams a
Lol.
lot. Darian, Charlie, you know.
I'm really, in my mind, I'm picturing that screaming goat.
Classic.
That would be really funny. Please
Very
teach Link
good.
to do that.
I mean, he basically already does. He just very excitedly meows very loudly
Oh yeah.
when he's hungry.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to do plugs? I don't know.
Oh, is this still being recorded? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
anything to plug.
Everyone just started
No,
talking
I
about
don't
stuff,
have
and I was
anything
like,
Oh, see, after the after talk.
Cut it out.
yeah,
Yeah, you might want to
honestly.
cut out
Or
some
leave
of us
it in.
analyzing the plot.
Yeah.
Or just leave it in.
Oh god.
I have no plug, so my
Alright.
plug was Nazis.
Oh no. I'm gonna stop.